What's up, everybody? We will be starting soon. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. It's gencon time, baby. Let's go. This is the best time of year. Literally for me, this is gencon has started, right? So like as soon as gencon is over, I'm already thinking about the next year. But this for me is go time. Like, you know, we got to get ready with our housing. We got to buy our badges. All of that is insanely exciting. But for me, the event catalog is like the cannon bursting. Let's go, you know? It's go time. It's time to get serious, time to lock in. And that's what this is all about. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Who all has had a chance to look at the catalog? Who's excited? What events are you excited about? Let me know. We've got tons of cool stuff planned today. We're going to take a look at the catalog itself. We're going to go through the website. I'm here to answer any questions that you guys might have. If you have anything about the catalog or about Gen Con just in general that you aren't sure about, want to plan for, need some help with. I've been going for a long time. I'm very involved in Gen Con. I will be happy to answer and help any way I possibly can. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are as well. You've only had a chance to look at Thursdays. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many. This year, I don't know if you guys saw, but the Fans of Gen Con Facebook page always posts this every year, how many events launch on launch day and then are added throughout the in-between time to Gen Con, and then what the final number is. This year set the record again for launch day events with 23,000. I think last year ended somewhere between 25 to 26,000. So this year on launch day, we're at 23. We, I believe, are definitely going to beat last year's number as far as just pure number of events, which is insane. Gen Con is just constantly growing. When you think it can't get bigger, it just gets bigger. The number of people that come, the attendance is just on the rise every year, and the largest gaming event in North America just gets bigger every single year, and it's absolutely insane. It's super exciting. Welcome in, everybody. This is your first time going. Let's go! Everybody here knows. Everybody here who's been watching the channel knows. I love everybody that hangs out. I love everybody that, views the content and supports me. But first time Gen Con goers are my favorite because you get to see it for the first time. You get to experience it. I get to see that light in your eye when you just see all the craziness. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. When people come and find me at Gen Con to say, hey, they want to, get in the vlog, or they want to, get a picture with me or whatever, when they tell me it's their first time at Gen Con, I love talking to them because I love hearing just how crazy it's been for them. What's been most exciting? Is it the people? Is it the event? Is it the pure size? Like, what's so exciting? And I love that so much. Oh, yeah, Critical Role. I mean, Critical Role is, they're their own entity. Like Critical Role can't attend every single year. They can't attend every gaming event because they're just so huge in their own right. It was super cool to have them last year. You never know. Some of them may show up. It has been known in the past that some, celebrities in our, community do randomly show up sometimes. So you never know. Never give up hope. But yeah, it was super cool to have them around Gen Con last year. It was super cool. Oh, you wish they were doing some anime events again. Yeah, there's not as many, but the catalog's not done yet. They're still going to be adding events, so they could always add some anime events, leading in. So who knows? I mean, everybody knows I love anime. I got a full anime sleeve, so your boy would love to attend some as well. But yeah, maybe they'll add some. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, because some people are saying they forget that more events are added over time. The website, I will show you guys here in a minute. There is a website. It's called, type in Gen Con Events DB for database on, your search browser, and it'll pull up the website. I'll show you guys here in a minute. Outside of the Gen Con website, there's another website that will show you events that are being added. I'll show you guys that here in a minute, but it is an insanely useful tool, so I cannot recommend using it enough. Then obviously the Gen Con website has everything as well. But yeah, be sure to drop any questions in, and we're just going to jump in right here in just a second. We're going to look at the event catalog, and we're just going to start talking about it. But yeah, be sure to drop any questions or anything you have in the chat. All right, let's jump on over right there. All right, here we are. So we are on I'm going to kind of talk everybody through just the process, because we do have new people who aren't sure how everything works, but we're also going to take a look at the actual catalog itself and just kind of scroll up and down the events. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know, I waited to do this with you. I took about 5 minutes yesterday and scrolled up and down all the events just out of curiosity, just kind of, getting the lay of the land. But I purposefully didn't look through a lot of the catalog because I wanted to wait and do it here with you guys. So if there's any event that you want me to check out that you're super excited about and you want me to pull up, let me know. I'll pull it up here on screen and we'll look at it together. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, you just go to Gen Con's website. So that's where we're at, is the main Gen Con website. And there are multiple places that you can go to get to the catalog. Right here, they've got the event catalog open. Right here, they've got tons of, places right here that you can go to the catalog, browse event catalog. You can do it up here on the events tab. But we're just going to hit this browse event catalog, and it'll take us straight to the catalog right here. Are you doing the Orc Stomp this year? My last and I are going to try it this year for the first time. I do plan on doing the Orc Stomp again. I did the Orc Stomp for the first time last year. For those of you who don't know, that is the annual charity 5K that they do. The 5K run, it was absolutely incredible. It was the first 5K I had ran in like 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. I am a very active individual. For those of you who don't know, I've done mixed martial arts in the past. I did basketball all through high school, things like that. I was a personal trainer at one point, so I'm a very active individual. I used to run all the time. I was training for a marathon at one point, but I hadn't ran a 5K in years. Last year, I ran my first 5K in all those years, and it was the Orc Stomp, and I had an absolute blast. And this year, I plan on running it again. So yes, if you are going to be at the Orc Stomp, you can find me there, and you will probably outrun me, but we'll see what happens. Big roleplay plans or focused on roleplay events? Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many roleplay, and I'll cover how to filter those roleplay events here in just a second for you if you're not sure. So, looking at the event catalog here, let's talk about kind of the lay of the land here real quick. So, you've got all your different ways of filtering, because if you see, there's 23,357 events right now. I am fully expecting this number to hit 26, maybe higher by the end of it. So that's another 2,700 events that are going to likely be added. And that's just me speculating. Also, I want to mention this real quick. This number right here, I have an announcement I'm going to make at the end of the stream. So hang out with me throughout the stream, and I have an announcement for you that I'm pretty excited about. So stick around with me. All right, so let's look at all these different filters. Because if you just want to scroll up and down through here, they are by day and time. So start Wednesday at 10 a.m. For those of you that don't know, almost all of the events that are scheduled on Wednesday, I believe maybe only the ones at the end of the night are not. These are trade day events. You do require a trade day badge to attend these events. This is for people who are like in the industry or in like teaching profession or things like that. These are events that are meant to, further our community out into the real world, if that makes sense, and allow people to learn and have workshops and seminars to help them. So if you're not familiar with Trade Day, there are tons of people who cover it. But for the majority of us, that's not for the majority of us. So if you don't have a trade day badge, for the most part, you can skip Wednesday. So one of the first things you can do, in my opinion, is typically I would look at just Wednesday. So filter by Wednesday, go to event type, and then filter out, trade day events. So you want to select everything but trade day. So as you can see, there are only 13 non-trade day events. So let's take a look at those real quick. So, you've got seminars on licensing and tabletop, wrestling with historically fraught topics, map your player's journey. You've got different things. Then a couple of games in here, Dawn Patrol. And then there is one thing on Wednesday that is totally free. Wednesday at 5 p.m., The Stink. This is at Union Station, and I will be there. I am trying to do an annual-ish meet and greet at The Stink. So if you guys want to catch me Wednesday at 5 p.m. at The Stink at Union Station, I will be there. We can hang out. We can talk. We can just, catch a picture, whatever, all those things. So the Stink, for those of you who don't know, is kind of a initial gathering of gamers. It's the first place that everybody comes together before Gen Con to kind of say hey, meet each other. It's kind of just like a big hangout event, in my opinion, to just get everybody ready for the convention. So I will be at the Stink. Oh, you're excited for Dungeon Crawler Carl? I mean, you and I think everybody else. Dungeon Crawler Carl being there is going to be huge. I believe they're doing 2 different shows. They've got different, I believe, meet and greet type events or things like that. So yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl being there this year is a huge deal. So everybody's super hyped and excited about that. Can't wait for the Stink. Oh yeah, I love the Stink. It's just a cool way for everybody to just kind of get the weekend started. So that's Wednesday. So other than these little things right here, you can ignore Wednesday for the most part as far as events go, unless you're trade day. If you have a trade day badge, then you absolutely want to check this out. I do want to point out one more thing here on Wednesday that could be important. You can check out these other events if you're interested. But for me, I'm a little busy on Wednesdays. But if you're interested, here's some other events for you. But I want to point this out. For those of you who are new to Gen Con, first-time goers, Gen Con Session 0. This is ran by some incredible people that I have met. I've gotten to know. They're awesome. It is a team of Gen Con volunteers and sometimes, Gen Con workers and things of that nature who basically introduce you to Gen Con. It's an interactive experience where they basically teach you about Gen Con. They give you some, cool materials to kind of get your week started. So if it's your first time at Gen Con and you genuinely feel lost and you're just like, I don't know exactly what I should be doing. I don't know, I don't feel as prepared as I should be. Then go to Gen Con Session 0. It is only an hour long, and they will get you started, and they will teach you what you need to know to have your first Gen Con. Also, subtle plug here, but I also have tons of videos here on my channel, so if you want to get ready for your first Gen Con, I have how-to guides, I have survival guides, I have event guides, I have all kinds of, get ready for Gen Con videos here on the channel you can go check out. And on top of that, I will be coming out with more content this year. This year, guys, I have more Gen Con content coming out than ever before. Typically, I'll do 2 to 3 videos a year for Gen Con. This year, I'm doing 6-ish before Gen Con. I will have tons of content coming out for you before time, so be sure you subscribe if you're not already. So this is Wednesday. That's what I typically do first. I check out Wednesday, see if there's anything I want to do, and I plan for the stink, of course. Next, so let's do some more filtering. Let's get rid of all these event type filters. Now, we can filter by day, except we can do everything but Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or you can do it one day at a time. But this will go ahead and just get rid of the Wednesday ones right there. So boom. So we've already narrowed it down just a little bit. Now, the thing that I tend to do when I'm looking at my events to get ready for the year is I'll go to event type, and let's figure out which types of events are going to sell fast, are going to be difficult to get into, and you need to get in there as fast as you can or you're going to struggle. Yeah, the road construction this year, I hope it's better as well. One thing I do plan on, just because you mentioned that, I am working very closely with Gen Con this year, closer than I ever have in the past. I will try to give everyone an update as much as I know on the road construction ahead of time before Gen Con, so you can hopefully plan your routes the best you can. I'm going to be doing some PSAs ahead of Gen Con to get you guys prepped, and road construction will be one of those. So let's look at the categories here. I tend to look first at, so True Dungeon is a huge category that you either know you're going to do or know you're not going to do. I do not have time to do it this year, so that's 770 events that I can just cut out. So what you want to do is you want to get rid of this large number of events and get it as shrunk down to as much as you possibly can, so you actually are looking at the stuff that you're interested in. So if you want to do True Dungeon, there you go. They're right there, but I won't be doing those. Workshops are something that tends to go fast, so we can pull those up, 380. Tradable card games. I don't plan on playing any tradable card games, but if you are into the TCG scene and you want to play, boom, there's 1,000 events for you. You can filter for it. I collect Pokemon cards in TCG, but I don't play them, so this is less for me. I may scroll through it later and see if there's any collecting type events that I might want to go to, but right off the bat, I'll probably go ahead and nix that one for me. Trade days, get rid of. But then, we've got what I'm going to call the catch-alls. You've got supplemental activities. 307 I want to take a look at. Seminars. I don't tend to attend seminars, but if seminars are awesome, I've attended some in the past, and they're fantastic. I just don't have time for them, honestly. But if you want to attend some seminars, they're genuinely awesome. I've attended some great ones. So here's the part that I feel like people have a pitfall. Douglas, I have not gotten word on whether or not they're going to be bringing back the locker system again this year, but how about this? You guys leave me questions in the chat that you want me to find out answers to, and I will get to them to you as soon as I possibly can. I will either post shorts with PSAs, or I'll make posts on my channel, so just keep dropping questions that you might have about Gen Con, and I'll either answer them if I know it, and if I don't, I will get you an answer as soon as I can, and I will post it to the channel in some form or fashion. Last year, the locker system was awesome. I was super glad they did it. One of the concerns that I know they had when I talked to the people running it was not enough people used it that they thought would use it. So they were concerned about that, and they were worried that maybe people didn't know about it as much, which I found odd because I feel like Gen Con did a great job of blasting it out there to everybody. This is something that we've asked for years, is to have a locker system. So guys, be sure you take advantage of it if you need to. And I feel like they did a great job with it. I went and talked to the people that ran it last year, so be sure you take advantage of it if they do it again. But I'll find out the answer to that for you. So here's a pitfall that I feel like people fall into all the time when it comes to looking at their events. Look at the ones that have the largest number. Board games, almost 10,000. Non-collectible tradable card games, 1,600. Tradable card games, 1,000. And then right here, role-playing, 6,000. There are so many of these that the way I read that number is that there is so much fun to be had that there is an enormous amount of events happening. I personally, now if you have a different feeling, do you? I personally find these to be a lower priority because, yes, maybe I want to get into that game of Wingspan, but there's this other stuff I want to do that other people want to do as well that has less events happening. Maybe I miss out on that game of Wingspan, but maybe there's one scheduled for a different day, or maybe I don't get to play Wingspan at all, and I'll go play Viticulture instead, or, something along that lines. There are so many board games, there are so many role-playing games, so many different things going on that, in my opinion, I tend to put those at a lower category in my head, and I want to check out the other ones first, because the things like the entertainment events and the shows are limited to 1 time, 2 times. They only have 100 seating capacity, things of that nature. So if you want to get in them, you need to prioritize those first, because otherwise you may miss out. All right, so supplemental activities I want to take a look at. Workshops you want to take a look at. I'm not into the miniature scene or the historical miniatures, but if you want to, they're right there. That's not for me, so we're going to move on. LARPing. I don't LARP. Look at this. Only 151 events. We'll go look at that one in a second. I don't LARP, so I'm not going to pull it up right now, but I will pull it up in a second. Only 151 events, though. This is what I'm talking about. If you want to get into one of these events, I would prioritize it. There's not that many. All of Misfit events we'll look at last because this is kind of your catch-all, but there's 600 in there, so we'll look at those last. You got your escape rooms, film festival, only 39 events. This one, to me, is the most important one. Entertainment events. There's only 173. This is your shows, things like that nature. So these are the things I want to look at first. So we'll come back to supplemental and workshop. Let's take a look at the entertainment events first. 173. Boom. And they are in order by day and time. So you've got the opening ceremonies. This happens from 9 to 10 a.m. in the ballroom. I will be there because I will be doing coverage for Gen Con again this year. So I'll be recording and filming the opening ceremonies and things like that. This goes from 9 to 10. So right when it ends at 10 is when the running of the nerds happens. So you've got to make a decision when you're attending the opening ceremonies. Do you want to stay to the end and you'll go after the running of the nerds into the exhibit hall and things like that? Do you want to duck out maybe 10 minutes early so you can join the crowd? Or you may have to miss the opening ceremonies if you want to be heavily involved in like the running of the nerds and get near the front and things like that. But I will be at the opening ceremonies. And then you've got all your different, shows, After the Table Live at Gen Con, Descent into Madness, etc., etc. So I'm just going to scroll down through here and point out some ones that look interesting to me. And if there's one that you like, let me know and we'll check it out. With the Stink, we went last year and it was really crowded. What do you do to increase your enjoyment of the event? Was there more to do than stand in line and see the sponsors? Like, what do you do? Well, for me, what I do is I do kind of a meet and greet kind of deal because of, me and my YouTube and stuff. But what we did before, my whole YouTube situation is we brought games and played them. And there's tables that you can play at. And if there's not a table free, there's tons of areas. Some people literally sit in the floor and play games. But typically we try to play games or I just walk around and meet people. Like for me, it is a very large social event. It's the time to go and meet other gamers, ask where they're from, what type of events are they doing? That's the thing about Gen Con, in my opinion. So many people in our community, we all know this, there's extroverts and introverts, and a lot of people in our community tend to be more introverted. I understand that, and that's totally cool. You do what makes you feel comfortable. I'm never going to push anybody to anything. But if you ever want a time that you can branch out and start to meet people and talk to them, Gen Con, in my opinion, is the perfect place. Because for Gen Con, we all have an easy talking point and similar interests all right there in one place. It's so simple to start a conversation and be like, where are you from? They'll tell you. What events are you doing? If it's like Saturday, you'd be like, oh, what have you done so far that's fun? What games are you excited about? It's a perfect place, in my opinion, to meet and talk to people. And you never know, you'll end up making Gen Con friends for years that you don't see them anywhere but Gen Con, but you look forward every year to seeing them. I have some of those, and I'm super excited to see my people. So play games, meet people. In my opinion, that's what the Stink is all about. So let's look at some of these events here. Carmelo the Bard, shout out. Irish drinking songs. There are a ton of these throughout the weekend. Has anybody ever been to those? I haven't had the chance, but I very much want to. I tried to schedule one last year, but the scheduling for me just did not work because I am very, very busy at Gen Con. So we'll see if I can go this year, but the Irish drinking songs has always been something I've wanted to attend. So that's one for me. Dan the Bard is always live all over the place. He is super good. I recommend Dan the Bard. He has tons of times. You can go check him out. Love his stuff. Let's see. Jacques the Whipper. Okay, I want to bring this up. They have, I believe, 2 shows this weekend. To the best of my knowledge, this is Jacques' first time being at Gen Con. Garbanzo, I believe, is the juggler. He's there every year, and he's awesome. Him and Jacques do a show together. If you don't know who Jacques the Whipper is, he does Renaissance fairs and things like that. He literally has whips, and he will crack the whips to like a musical beat, and he'll like sing and do like covers of songs. It's super hilarious. I love his stuff. I love his TikToks. I got to see him last year at PAX Unplugged. I went to his PAX Unplugged show, and it was awesome. So this will be a very difficult one to get into, in my opinion, because he is very popular. I think he has 2 shows, but I will be trying to go to a Jacques the Whipper show if I have time. I love his stuff, so I want to shout that one out. I'm very, very excited. I'm hoping to get to meet him. I don't know if that'll happen, but that is on the list for me, is to hopefully get to meet Jacques the Whipper. So I want to shout that one out for sure. I'll be trying to go to that. Let's look at his show here so I can break down what an event looks like for those of you who aren't, familiar with the event process. So let's use his show as an example. So when you click the event, you've got a few things here that pop up for you, and let's break down what an event looks like and how you need to go about it. So every event is going to have this game ID here. This is super important because when you think about something, I'm always going to use the example of playing a game of Wingspan. If you want to play a game of Wingspan, there are going to be tons, scheduled throughout the weekend. Some on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 10 a.m., etc. There's going to be all over the place. And sometimes there'll be multiple games at 2 p.m. because they'll be at separate tables. There'll be multiple games of Wingspan happening at the same time. So if you and your friends want to get into the same game, you don't just want to tell them, oh, I'm playing Wingspan Thursday at 2 p.m. You want to give them this game ID because this will mean that they know they are looking at the exact same game as you. You did the Firefly song once a few years ago. It was a lot of fun. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I may need to prioritize it higher this year, but we'll see. So this is the event ID. You need to make sure that you give that to the people that you want to do stuff with. However, if you want to, you can book the event for them. So when you go over here to the right, you can see that I want to get an event for myself or I want to get event tickets for my friends. And you can select them and that will be added to your wish list as a group. Now, this is super important. I love this feature. You can select this. Only get selected tickets if all selected are available. This means that I will only go to this event if every single person I check can get a ticket. If we can only get 3 tickets, and not the 4th, then it will automatically kick us out and none of us will go because we don't want to go without that 4th person. If you're going to an event that you're okay if some people can't go, like everybody's like, we'll go if we can, then you don't have to check this. And then if we get 1 ticket, then 1 person will go, etc., etc. So either give them the event ID or just buy the event for them yourself. If you want them to appear on your list like this, then they have to be in your friends and family list on Gen Con's website. So be sure that you add them to your friends and family list if you want them to appear in this list for you to be able to buy event tickets for them. Oh yeah, the Dungeon Dudes. I forgot the Dungeon Dudes are going to be there. Yeah, Jacques and the Dungeon Dudes. That's a big deal. I forgot about the Dungeon Dudes. That's a big one as well. Yeah, so breaking this down, so that's your event ID, who's putting it on, the title, description, etc., right? It tells you the minimum audience, the maximum audience, so this show is going to have up to 490, so they are going to be, it sounds like, in the Grand Ballroom, yep, because it has the location right here. Oh, they're going to be in the Ballroom of the Westin, they're not going to be in the Ballroom of the Convention Center, they're going to be in the Westin, okay. It tells you the time, day, and the location, and super cool. It has the location here as a link. If you click it, It pulls up the Gen Con virtual map, and it shows you exactly where this is taking place. Shows you it's in the West End. You can drag this around and see exactly where this is. The West End's next to the Marriott. To get to the West End, you can take this skywalk, and it's along this hallway in the convention center. It shows you exactly where it is and how to get there. So that is a super good tool. And it also tells you how you can contact the people if you need to ahead of the event. Tells you the cost. This one is $32. There are tons of free events, so don't feel like every event's going to cost $32. There are tons of free, tons that cost $2, $3, etc. And then this is so important that so many people don't understand. I get asked this question every single year. Electronic ticketing. There are two types of ticketing. There are electronic and there are paper tickets. It will tell you right here what type of ticket that is. So, if you buy an event that has paper tickets, you will receive those tickets one of two ways. You have to have your ticket to get into the event. They will not let you in without your ticket. So, if you have your badge shipped to you by UPS, USPS, whatever, ahead of time, then your paper tickets will be sent to you with your badge. And you'll have them with you at home, bring them to the show. That's how you get your paper ticket. If you don't do that, you get your paper tickets from the will call line at the show. You have to go to will call to pick up your event tickets. During the show, you can purchase event tickets from something. Let's say it's Thursday at 4 p.m. You want to go to something Thursday at 6. You can buy it right there on the app. And if it's a paper ticket, you have to go to will call to get that ticket. So that's how you get your paper tickets. Now, what is an electronic ticket? I get asked this every single year. Your badge is going to have a barcode on it. Your badge, which is required to have on you at all times to be a Gen Con, those electronic tickets are automatically going to be loaded onto your badge. And when you show up for your event for an electronic ticket, they will scan your badge. And it will tell them, oh, this person has a ticket and they attended. So electronic tickets, in my opinion, are the easiest way to go. So if you have an electronic ticket, there's no worries. You don't have to worry about losing it. As far as, if you lose your badge, it's a different story. But, they're loaded onto your badge, so they are super simple. So don't be nervous about electronic ticketing. Because, just to say this, I have had some people who are, older. And they're like, oh, I'm not great with technology. I'm not great with my phone or whatever. I've had people tell me this in person. And I've told them, and asked me this question, and I'm like, don't worry about it. Your electronic tickets, you don't have to do anything. It's on your badge. It requires nothing from you. You don't have to worry about being good with technology or whatever. Because I've had that specific situation asked of me before. Is the only reason I bring it up. So yeah, electronic ticketing is super simple. So let's go ahead and add this. I will add it just for myself for this example, and let's add it to my wish list. So you click add it to your wish list. Now let's go view my wish list. Right now, that's all that's on here. Actually, let me go back and add something else, just as an example. So let's just click the first thing I see here. I don't know if I can get it to go back. There we go. Let's just pick Carmilla the Bard. There we go. For myself, add to wish list. Now wish list. There we go. So on your wish list, you're going to have all your different events listed here that you are interested in going to. It's going to tell you the price, the time, all this stuff, duration, all these things. Then you have to prioritize them. Which one means the most to you? Carmilla means more to me than Jacques. Boom, I change it. She's at the top of the list. Or, vice versa. Jacques means more. Boom, at the top of the list. When this timer hits 0, May 17th at noon Eastern, you have to be on the website ready to go to click this button right here. Submit wish list for processing. When you click this button, it does not auto-process. So you have to be on the website and click this button manually. When you click this button, it will run your wish list against everybody else. It will check for your top prioritized event first, and then your next one, then your next one, your next one, etc., etc., etc. And it will get you into the events that it can based off your priority, based off how soon you click the button, based off of a 1,000 different factors in their algorithm, and it will get you into as many events as it possibly can. But you need to make sure that you prioritize the events that mean the most to you on this list, and then be here to click this button May 17th at noon, because I don't want anybody to miss out on any events that you're wanting to go to. So be sure you're here. Okay, and I'll also, for everybody that's here, I will be doing a live stream on May the 17th, starting at 11 a.m. So I will be here an hour before the event catalog processes. We will hang out for that hour, and then I will be here, and I will click the button with you. I will be sitting right here to click the button at the exact same time as you guys do, and we will submit our wish list together, and we'll see what we got, and we'll see what we didn't. We'll do it all together, one big family. So May 17th, 11 a.m., I'll be here live streaming for you guys. So that's how the wish list and stuff works. And this is the almighty timer that we will be watching until then. We'll go back and look at some more. Let me remove these. Actually, let me remove these. I don't know if that's the Jacques Shaw I want to go to or not. So let me just go ahead and remove these so I can do it later. Boom. And let's go back to the event list or event catalog so we can keep going through it together. But before I get to this even more, I want to show you guys a website. So if you go to your browser and type in GenCon Events DB, there is this entirely separate website, boom, that will show you different, will show you the events as well. Sorry, I have my screen cropped a little weird. We're only going to be here a second. You can select the different events here as well, but what I use this website for, I use the GenCon site for everything to do with the events as far as selecting and looking and things of that nature. What I use this website for is this tab right here, Changes. You hit this drop-down bar, it updates every single time GenCon adds, which is the green, takes away, which is the red, or changes something about one of the events, which is the orange. So, as you can see, originally they dropped 23,207 events, and then at this time they dropped 2 more. This time they dropped 74 and deleted 1. This updates multiple times a day between now and the show, and it will show you exactly what got added. So if you check the event catalog right now, and the last update is this 38-2 right here. Tomorrow I'll come in here and see what's above the 38-2, because there might be 1 update, 2 update, etc. And I can click on those and just see what is new to the list. So I don't have to go and try to search. I can see exactly what has been newly added or what has been taken away each time they update. So I check this daily. Every single day between now and the 17th, I will be looking at this. And then even after the 17th, they will still be looking to add more events. Even after the 17th, and you run your list, your wish list, they will still be adding events all the way up to the show, and even during the show, they'll add events. So I still check this, maybe not every day after the 17th, but at least once a week, something like that, once every 3-4 days, all the way up to the show, because they are going to be adding more events. So I would check this out as often as you can, especially now, between now and the 17th. So back to the website here. What happens to everyone in your group? I'll try to get the exact same ticket for everyone in the group. Would it create problems with the system? I honestly don't know the question to that, Douglas, because I've never tried that, because I actually just book everything for my group. They don't book anything themselves. I just book everything myself. So I would actually, you could contact GenCon's customer service to ask that question, or you could post that question in Fans of GenCon Facebook page, and somebody might know the answer to that who's done it before. My guess, just pure guess, is it probably would. I think it would. What's the difference between True Dungeon and Dungeon Crawl? What's up, Board Game Gators? So True Dungeon is a large interactive experience. It's sort of expensive, somewhere between like $80 to $150, depending on which one you do. But it is almost like a D&D kind of LARP session. It's a huge interactive experience with actors and all kinds of stuff enabled in it. A Dungeon Crawl, I don't know if you're talking about a specific event that I'm not aware of, but a Dungeon Crawl is a type of game, go in the dungeon, beat up the baddies. If there's a specific event you mean by Dungeon Crawl, let me know and maybe I can answer that better. But True Dungeon is a large interactive experience. It's huge. Carmilla the Bard. I've not seen Carmilla the Bard. Now that you're asking me, I'm not familiar with Carmilla. If I saw her face, I might be. But off the top of my head, I am not familiar with Carmilla. Let's get rid of Wednesday here. Oh, there isn't even Wednesdays. Cool. All right. So yeah, let's go up and down through here. So we got Carmilla. Yeah, no problem, Douglas. No problem. Oh, there's the dungeon dudes right there. Yeah. I knew they'd be here. They were on here somewhere. I must have overlooked them I was probably so excited seeing Jacques that I overlooked them. Sea shanties. Oh, me and Scott love a good sea shanty. Mark Gunn, character sheet live. That sounds fun, the character sheet thing. Yeah. Oh, there's Jock again on Thursday. Does he have more than 2 shows? I thought he only had 2 shows. He might have more. Let's see. Gen Con Comedy. Oh, what? I'm not familiar. That sounds fun. Thursday at night. Hello. Hilarious Night of Nerdy stand-up comedy featuring the funniest stand-up comedians and all table talk. Steve Wrigley. Does it have a cast list? Is mustering stand-up comics from all across 5? I mean, I'm assuming Grant Lyons has to be on the list, right? Stephen Wrigley, Sam Corwin, Miles Wrigley. Maybe not, but I mean, if you can't have a tabletop comedy event and not have Grant Lyons on the list, I'm hoping he would be there. Grant Lyons is hilarious, and I love his stuff in his channel. We got the 18-plus events for those of you that are interested. We do have 18-plus events, burlesque show, things like that. Let's see, Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show. That sounds interesting. At 9 a.m. Woo! Game show at 9 a.m. Don't get me wrong, that'd be a nice wake-up to the day. Like, boom, get going. Okay. Oops, let's see here. Oh, this is the one that's, I believe Becca Scott is involved in. I believe, no, Felicia Day. Felicia Day, not Becca Scott. It's Felicia Day. Becca Scott might be in it, but it's Felicia Day that's in it. I got it mixed up there. Let's see. Any events that you guys have come across that you're super interested in? There's one that I missed here. Where's it at? Because I know I should be going to it. There we go. 19th Annual Dice Tower Awards. I will 100% be going to this as long as nothing happens between now and then. That is a conflicting schedule thing between like me and Gen Con or something of that nature. But I have not missed a Dice Tower Award in every single Gen Con I have ever been to. And this is super cool for me. I just want to say this because I think it's super cool for me. I actually got to vote in the Dice Tower Awards this year. Tom Vassell basically asked everybody that he could in the media, like he always does, to vote in it. And I was involved this year, and I got to cast my votes in the Dice Tower Awards. So this is the first time I get to go to the awards and be like, I voted for this, and see if what I voted for won. So that's really exciting just for me personally to get to go and be like, I voted in this. That's cool. So that's super, super fun for me. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Okay, we got through Thursday. All right, we're on Friday for this. See, these are the ones, in my opinion, you need to prioritize first because these entertainment events will go fast. They have limited seating. I would find the ones you want to go to and book these first, just in my personal opinion. Good Time Camp Society. See, a lot of these are like, if you know, right? Like Dungeons of Bingo sounds interesting. That sounds like something Scott would enjoy. Scott really enjoys things like this. I think at Origins, he's wanting to do a D&D Trivial Pursuit thing. Scott really enjoys things like that. Change My Mind Live. That's going to be super fun. My boy Adam from Tabletop Vibes is going to be in it. It is, I'm blanking because I'm stupid. It is Josh Saleh. It's Josh Saleh's game. He was the host for Gen Con last year. I don't know if he will be again this year, but it's his game, and a bunch of content creators go on and play the game. Yeah, Adam, my boy right there. And they've got some other people. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. So that's one I would recommend going to. They basically play the game. It's Josh Saleh's game, Changed My Mind. It's a party game, and they basically play the game live. That one will be a good time. I didn't get to go last year. I wish I could have just to support them, but that's a fun one. You got the ENnie Awards, of course. Let's see. Late Night Puppet Slam. Oh, this is one for me. I have heard for years about how good the Late Night Puppet Slam is. I've never got to go. I've never seen it. I'm super curious, but I have been told for years that this is great. So I'm very curious about this. It's an 18-plus event, so just so everybody knows, it is an 18-plus event. But I have been told for years that it is very funny and very good. So I am curious about that one. I don't know, but I am curious. Let's see. Oh, Final Fantasy trivia. I don't like Final Fantasy, but if I did, like if this was a category I did, I like trivia-based like shows. I think they're fun. Some people think they're a little corny, which I get, but for me, I genuinely like trivia shows. I think they're fun. All right, here we go. We're on Saturday. Saturday's the big day. Everybody comes on Saturday. Saturday's a huge day. Yeah, Joey, it looks solid. It looks solid. I've been told for years how good it is. Saturday's the big day. So much happens on Saturday. It is by far Gen Con's biggest day as far as attendance, shows, everything. Everything leading up to the big Gen Con costume contest at 4 p.m. Do they have it in here as an event? I don't think they do. The Gen Con parade, the costume parade. I guess it's not in here as an event because it just happens. So the Gen Con costume contest happens 4 p.m. on Saturday in the ballroom of the ICC. They do a big costume cosplay parade leading into the costume contest. I believe it starts at 3:30. It might be 3. I think it's 3:30. I'll double check that and I'll get that posted on my channel for you guys. I think it's 3:30 though. But people start finding a good spot to set up at like 2. People love this thing. It is super cool. I think it's awesome. But basically they line up everybody who's in cosplay, in costume, whatever, and they do a parade through the entire convention center, everywhere except the exhibit hall. But they even go through like Hall C where everybody plays the games and stuff, and they do a big parade throughout the entire convention, and it ends at the ballroom so that all the people who are in the costume contest are there and ready to go. It's super cool. Every single person comes through, and some people are worried if they can or can't join this if they dress up. If you are in costume, cosplay, whatever, and you want to participate in this, all you have to do is be there for the lineup and jump in line. There is no minimum requirements. I have seen people walk in it who are wearing nothing but a mask. I have seen people with some of the most elaborate things that you have ever seen. There's always something like, like a group of Marios. Tons of people will dress up as Marios, and the Marios will group together and then walk through the entire convention center going, Yahoo! It's super fun. So if you want to walk in the costume parade, do not feel like, ooh, is my costume good enough? Like, oh, I'm not as good as some of these people. That's not what it's about. It is a fun event. It is meant to have fun and enjoy yourself. So if you want to participate, please participate. It's super fun. But then the costume contest happens. Let's see. Legends of Evantris, Elderflower, Puppet D&D, very much not in a castle. That sounds funny. Because the D&D in a castle is the thing. What is this? That's just the title of that makes me interested. See, I love it when people have like a catchy title that's like, okay, I'm interested in that. Faster Purple Worm Kill is a cannot miss event. Best thing we did last year, hands down. I've heard that, Grant. I have heard that from a lot of people. Faster Purple Worm is something that's been going on for a while, and people love it. So, you're putting your stamp of approval on it. I've not got to attend, but I've heard it's great, and it is one of the most look forward to events at Gen Con in my experience from what people have told me. That tracks the game show experience. Again, not a flashy title, but like that tickles my brain, because I can't tell you how often someone will be talking to me and I'll go, that tracks. So that just catches me, and I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting. Super Nerd Magic Show. All right, I have to admit, I love Magic. I love Magic so much. I watch it on YouTube. I watch it on TV. I've been a fan of Magic for years. I tried my hand at it for a little while. I wasn't very good. I love Magic. If I can find the time, I might try to go to this. I love Magic so much. The Crit Show, love the Crit Show. My first ever Gen Con in 2019, I went to the Crit Show and after party. We had a blast. The Crit Show team is fantastic. So their show was fun when I went in 2019. So if you're a fan of them, absolutely, they're great people. Let's see. I didn't try. And then the piece de resistance for me, the Gen Con dance. The Gen Con dance Saturday night at Union Station is my favorite event every single year. Every year I love the Gen Con dance. I will be there. I will be having a great time. You can guaranteed plan to see me there. I may not get to stay all night because I also sometimes attend the Deviant Night rave because I really love the rave atmosphere. It's really fun. But I will at minimum be here for a few hours. I might be there the whole night, but I will minimum be at the Gen Con dance for a few hours. By far my favorite event. Now, this is the part where I talk about a Gen Con thing that is a little awkward just because it's like you're sort of kind of breaking the rules, but you're also not. Now, some events are free, so let's get that out of the way. Some events are free. This event is totally free. Most events you cannot attend without a ticket. You just flat out can't attend without a ticket. There are some events that you can. The Gen Con dance is one of them. The Gen Con dance, if you get a ticket, excuse me, I'm so sorry. The Gen Con dance, if you get a ticket, you are guaranteed a spot. You are guaranteed to get in the door, no problem. But if you show up to the Gen Con dance without a ticket, if there is room, as long as it has not become like a fire marshal issue, there's not too many people there, they'll let you in. Like, they'll let you in because it's about having fun. It's about having a great time. This is not one that they check your badge for tickets or they ask you if you're a paper ticket unless it is over capacity. I will say this, in my experience going to Gen Con for many years, I personally have never seen them get to capacity and turn people away. I say that with a grain of salt. Could it happen? It absolutely could. But in all the years I've gone, it has not been an issue. So for the Gen Con dance, if you don't have a ticket and you are worried, oh, I can't get in, come on by, and more than likely they'll still let you in. This is one of the very few instances of this, so I don't want to say this and be like, oh, you can go to any event that says free. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for this one event, some others, but for this one event. I just want to get that out there because I don't want people to miss the dance if they feel like they just can't go. This is one of the events you can. Okay, there's your PSA out of the way for that. Anywhere if they're starting to do more e-tickets. Paper stubs are the reason I don't do events now, basically. I understand why you don't like paper stubs, but I also understand why they still do it in some scenarios. I agree that electronic tickets should be kind of the mandatory way, and the paper tickets should be the exception. Like, if you, like, almost like you should have to tell Gen Con, here's the reason I want to do paper tickets. That's just my personal opinion. But who knows? Like, I have not heard if they're starting to do away with paper tickets. I will say, in my experience over the last couple of years, I have been receiving less and less paper tickets. That's just my personal experience. So in 2019, when I went, if I signed up for 20 events, like 10 or 11 of them were paper and the others were electronic. Last year, I think I had 2, maybe 3 paper tickets. So, like, from my personal experience, the number of paper tickets is going down, but I don't have, like, hard data from, like, Gen Con. I may ask that question and see if I can find out the answer to that. If I can find out the answer to that, I'll post it here on the channel. But yeah, that's a good question. I'll see if I can get some hard data on that one. But yeah, if you want to meet me as well, you can come to Gen Con Dance. The Stink is the easiest place. But also, throughout the weekend, I will be posting on my Instagram and on my channel where I will be at. Like, if I'm going to be somewhere for a little while and you guys want to come say hey or hang out for a minute, I'll post where I'm at periodically throughout the thing. Or if you see me at any time throughout the convention, just walking, doing something, whatever, feel free to come up and say hey. Feel free to come up. And my favorite thing at the convention is meeting you guys. It is by far my favorite thing, not even close. I almost would just stand in a corner and just wait for people to come find me just because it's so fun. I love talking to you guys so much. It's by far my favorite thing. Excuse me. All right. Puppet open mic night. There are some things that I'm like, I totally understand why you chose Saturday night. It's the biggest night. It's the most amount of people. But, like, it's the one thing that kind of bothers me in a weird way. I tell people all the time, like, there's so much to do at Gen Con that you don't need to worry. Like, you can't do it all. It's not possible. There's so many things that I want to do that happen at the same time as other events. And I'm like, oh, I want to do them both. Because, like, this puppet open mic sounds fun. But, like, I'm going to the dance. Like, that's just for me. That's a personal thing. I'm going to the dance. But I'm like, I won't get to see the puppet open mic. That sounds fun, you know? But, you know, it's how it goes. You got to decide what you want to do, and you got to stick with that decision, you know? It's just the nature of the beast. And that's what happens. That's why Gen Con's so fun, though, is because there's so many things going on all the time that it gives everybody a chance to have fun. So, that'll be cool. So, all right, so there's the entertainment events. So it looks like for me, obviously the Gen Con dance, the opening ceremony, those are a given. You know, I'll either myself or people from my team will be at the running of the nerds to get footage. But it looks to me like the big ones for me is I might try to hit the puppet show. The Jacques the Whipper I'll try to go to. I'll go to the Dice Tower Awards, and I'll go to the costume contest. So it sounds to me like those are probably the entertainment events I'm personally going to try and hit. Faster Purple Worm is something I would love to go to, but I just don't think I can fit it in my schedule. I think one year I may have to just set it aside and, like, make it a thing and say, no matter what, this year I'm going. That might have to be something I do in the future because it is so popular, it's so fun, but I don't think I can fit it in my schedule this year. So there's your entertainment events, and that's typically what I go through first. After that, I will go through some of the more we'll call it bizarre categories, right? So like the supplemental activities. This is where some of the more random stuff is, the things that are one-offs, you know, the things that aren't just like, ooh, it's another board game, ooh, it's another RPG. I'll go to these like events right here. But real quick, before we continue in the event catalog, I'm going to go back to the face cam because I want to tell you guys about some fun things. Oh, get a drink real quick. I've been talking for a while. So, I've got some cool, we'll call it mini announcements. I'm going to make the big announcement at the end of the stream. So, if you want the big announcement, stick with me. We're probably going to go for another 15-ish minutes, maybe a little longer. So hang out with me towards the end of the stream. We're going to look at some more of the catalog events. And one more thing, I've said this a few times, but I see some new viewers jumping in. If you have any questions about the event catalog or Gen Con in general, or you just want to talk about something Gen Con, please throw it in the chat. I will get you an answer if I don't have the answer right away, so be sure to throw those in chat. Also, if there's any specific event you want to shout out and want me to look at, put it in the chat and I'll go check them out. All right, so here's some little mini stuff for you guys. For one, I have been in contact with my Gen Con, I don't know, rep, I guess, and, you know, everyone I work with at Gen Con, because some of you may or may not know, I do work directly with Gen Con on creating content and coverage for the show. We have kind of set our schedule for this Gen Con year. Going into it, we still are finalizing some things, but we have our initial schedule. I will be releasing, it looks like, 4 to 6 pre-show videos ahead of time. A couple only on my channel, but most of them will also be on the Gen Con YouTube channel. You can find them on my channel and the Gen Con channel. So if you've not subscribed to the Gen Con YouTube channel, be sure to do that, because that is going to be huge in seeing the content that I have coming, getting ready for the show. So that's going to be a huge thing I'm doing. Also, I am doing some live streams. I'm going to be doing a live stream on May 17th at 11 a.m. 1 hour, 11 a.m. Eastern, 1 hour before the event catalog registration begins, and we will all hit that button together. So be back here May 17th, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We are going to do this together. I will also be doing a live stream at the beginning of the week of Gen Con. The day and time is still being decided, but it will probably be on Monday or Tuesday. Probably Monday before Gen Con. We're still working out some details to kind of hype up the show. And we're going to talk about any last minute, you know, PSAs, things you need to know, packing advice, anything that you need to know to get ready for Gen Con. We're going to do that live stream as well. I will, of course, during Gen Con be doing all of my daily vlogs. So every single day you'll have a vlog coming out. I am getting to Gen Con early this year, so you guys are going to get an extra day or two of vlogs because I'm getting there early this year. So that's just more content for you. I will also be doing post-Gen Con coverage for Gen Con on both my channel and on their channel. We're going to be doing, you know, highlights and recaps and showing the costume contest and some other fun video ideas that I have going. We're also going to be doing some, I'm going to call them challenge videos at the show that me and my co-host Scott are going to be doing some challenge stuff. It's going to be super fun. I'm excited for those videos for you guys. And so this year, I have so much going on, so incredibly much going on, that this year I'm bringing a whole team of people to help me. We're going to have multiple camera crew. My co-host Scott is going to be involved with the vlogs and the filming and all of that. So I'm going to have an entire team with me, covering different areas of Gen Con, covering myself and my experience. So you're going to see me with a group of, you know, coverage people. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I've got a lot of fun stuff coming for you guys this year. But yeah, first time this year, just watched your last year's vids. Thanks for content. Andrew, of course, welcome to Gen Con. I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet you. I hope I run into you at Gen Con, and I hope I help you get ready. Hey, great to see you. Last year was my first con. Look forward to running it back. Yes, Chris, absolutely. I'm so excited. I remember meeting you. It was super cool. I was so glad. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to see you again. I'm super excited. Excuse me. All right, so let's get back into the event catalog here, and then I am going to make the big announcement at the end of stream. So let's get back into the catalog here. Joe's like, what? All right, so let's check out the supplemental activities, see what's hiding in here. Okay, you got the downtown walking tours. I've done those before. They're very touristy. You know, they walk you around Indy. They've got like the ghost tour at night. You know, it's very touristy. But if you enjoy that type of thing, go for it. I did it one year and we had a good time. We did the ghost walking tour, but those are fun. Let's see, you've got crocheting, DIY celestial stationery, earrings from knitting needles. Okay, so kind of workshopy. Tai Chi, one of my friends did the Tai Chi one year. He enjoyed that. Cooperative yoga? Intro to sword fighting? Okay. See, this is more of the, what I'm going to call activities area. Let's see. Finger crocheted scarves? Intro to knife fighting. Stress bracelets, make your own bath bombs. Okay, I've seen people do that one. I've seen a lot of people have fun with that one. Let's see. Romanticy dancy. What? Okay, again, like if you want to draw people's eyes, you need a cool title. You need a cool title if if you're going to draw people's eyes, you need a cool title because that drew me in. Going early, let's go. Yes, Joe, I'm going early. I'm going to hopefully go to the Tuesday night gaming event at the garage this year. I didn't get to go last year because I didn't get in till later, but I'm hoping to go to the garage this year. Plus, I've got some like meetings with my gencon people on like Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Monday, depending on how it goes. But I do plan on getting in early and trying to get some cool stuff in. Plus, I've got a lot of filming to do because I've got so much content coming out this year for GenCon that I've got to get there early to get some content. Let's see, because I've got a lot of just time-consuming recording that needs done. That's one of the reasons I'm bringing a whole team. Like, I need a team of people this year. Last year, I had the first time I had a cameraman, and oh my goodness, that was invaluable. He was amazing. This year, I'm doing so much more that I needed to bring 3 people to help me. I was hoping to bring 5 people, but 2 of them couldn't come. So, like, you know, I'm grateful for the ones that could. Ballroom dance. A couple of my friends did some of these dance classes last year. They really enjoyed them. They were a lot of fun. Friendship bracelets. Let's go. See, here we go. The haunted walking tour. Yeah, we did one of those. It was really enjoyable. It was fun. They do a ton of them. Question that, I'm the one that's supposed to be answering your questions, but I'm going to ask you guys a question because maybe someone knows that I don't. Do they not do the pedal and drinks anymore? Because we did the pedal and drink multiple years in a row, and we had an absolute blast doing it. I haven't seen the pedal and drinks in a couple of years. Do they not do those anymore? I mean, if there's a reason, sure, whatever, but I really, really enjoyed those, so those were fun. Those are also a very touristy thing, not so much a gaming thing, but, like, I'm fine with being touristy for a minute, it was fun. One tip I have for people is to get extra tickets at the stadium. Everywhere else had huge lines or didn't have them. The extra tickets you need for spur-of-the-moment games. Chris, absolutely, yes. So the generic tickets is what they're talking about. I'm going to click on something here to show you. I believe you can do it from in here, can't you? Oh, no, I think it's at the beginning. I'll show you guys in a minute. Where's the... Oh, it's up here. So, let me remember where we're at. We're at Friday at 11. Okay. Where's the generic ticket button? Oh, can you not buy them until it's time? You probably can't buy them until it's open. Am I blind? Am I dumb? Is that the problem? Where's it at? Don't see the button. I'm probably being stupid. But you buy generic tickets. They're worth $2 a piece. And if you go to an event that costs $10, for example, and they have a seat that's available. Like, again, use an example. You want to play a game of Wingspan. Let's say it's $4. You show up, and they had someone who didn't show up. So they have a seat available. If you have 2 generic tickets, that would be a total of $4. You can give them to the event host, and they will let you take that seat. But the seat has to be available. There has to be a spot for you to join. But you can use those generic tickets to join any event. You just have to give them enough tickets to cover the charge, and there has to be space available for you. So depending on who you are, depending on what type of, events you do and how you do your Gen Con, you might want to buy a certain number of generic tickets. I personally have never bought more than $10 worth, but that's just me. I know some people who buy $50 worth because they don't really plan their Gen Con that far in advance because they kind of don't want to. They would prefer to just go find random games to join. That's just what they prefer. So, buy a certain number of generic tickets that fits the way you want to do your Gen Con. Shout out to the Gen Con Blood Drive. They are super nice. It's quick and such good calls. Yes, Grant, thank you for that shout out. The Blood Drive is incredible. Be sure that you help everybody. If you have reasons as to why you can't or don't want to due to personal or medical reasons, I totally understand. But if you have the ability to do so, I strongly recommend just me personally joining in on the Blood Drive. It does help a lot of people. No pressure. I never want to, tell somebody they have to do something. But in my opinion, it is a very helpful helpful and useful thing. So if you can participate, I personally recommend it. But yeah, that's a good shout out. Okay. Belly dancing, earrings. All right, so I need to bring something up as a dude that has many piercings. Or many. I mean, a lot in my ear. I don't have anywhere else, but in my ear. I want a earring making workshop that feels like it's for everybody. Like, of course, everything is for everybody, but a lot of the time, the earrings that I see being made at some of these just aren't for me. Like, they just don't fit me. And I'm not over here being like, oh, they're girly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, they just never fit me. I feel like they're always some sort of like a knitting thing, or like they'll do like the generic dice, which is cool. And I understand they're trying to fit other people. Maybe I'm the picky one. Maybe it's my fault. But I would love to go to an earring making thing that would be like, that would fit me. And I don't know what that looks like. I really don't. So it's probably just me being picky. But I see these every time and I'm just like, man, I want to go to one, but it just doesn't look like it fits my aesthetic. So that's probably me being picky, but that's something that bugs me every time is I want to go to one, but it just doesn't look like it's one that would fit my aesthetic. For those of you that like it, go for it. Because like I said, I want to go to one, and I just don't feel like it fits me. Let's see. That romancy dancy is still getting me. I'm trying to go through this one fast because there's a lot of repeats in here because it's got like the haunted walking. There's a lot of repeats in here. Okay, line dances. Your boy from Tennessee will teach you to line dance. Here you go. I actually have no idea how to line dance. I'm from Tennessee. I don't have the slightest clue how to line dance. Court dancing +1 performance. All right, that's cute. That's a cute title. Fat Chance belly dances for everybody. That's okay. Scale mail knitting? Okay. All right. Sweet Seas, but what? Oh, okay, I gotta see what this is. Pirate's booty? What is this? Students will decorate 2 cupcake to resemble a pirate's stash. All right, cool. That's what I'm saying. Like, the title of that one really doesn't tell you at all what the event is, but the title was so cute I couldn't help but click it. I love it. It's cupcake decorating, but it drew me in. All right, let's look at one more category before we go. We did entertainment. Let's take a quick scroll through. Where's it at? Isle of Misfit Events. There's always some crazy random stuff in here. I love looking through this one. Oh, because like here's where the stink is. Oh, the First Exposure Playtest Hall. If you guys have never been there, I've not been to actually participate in the First Exposure, but I have been to a similar thing at other conventions, and I had a great time, so I can't imagine that this one is not just as amazing, if not better. And all the people who are in the First Exposure, I know a couple of designers who go, like, take their games there. It's super fun. You get to play the games before they're out. You get to help designers make decisions on their, final game, give them advice, tell them what worked and what didn't, and you kind of get to be a part of designing the game. It's super cool, and you get to see, like, oh, I see what this designer is trying to do here. This is super fun. Like, it's a really cool way to be involved in the board game industry. And I just really, really enjoyed it, and meeting the designers who like had these ideas and are wanting to seek help with getting it, is this fun? How is this working out? I think they're super cool people as well. So the First Exposure Playtest Hall, there are tons of time slots. It's free. You just have to sign up. I think it is a super cool thing to do. Let's see. I'm probably gonna miss something scrolling so fast, but this is a huge category, so I just want to scroll, a little bit quicker through this one. You've got I just saw something. Tons of Blood on the Clock Tower. I have not got to play Blood on the Clock Tower yet, but I have watched it played on YouTube tons of times. I get to play it for the first time this year at Origins, so I'm super excited to play my first game of Blood on the Clock Tower. It looks incredible. Hey, here it is. I just asked about the pedal and drink. What? Okay, well that answers my question. There's the pedal and drink. Am I crazy? I swear they didn't do it last year. Am I insane? We tried to look for them last year. Did I just miss them last year somehow? What? Hold on. I'm going back in my memory bank to be like, how did this happen? Why did we not do one last year? Okay, well, I answered my own question. Here's the pedal and drinks. Okay, cool, fun. So I'll probably be trying to do one of those this year. Ultimate Werewolf Extreme. I love Werewolf. It helped get me into the hobby. The Pin Bazaar. Oh, I've not done any of the pin stuff in the past, but I collect pins every year just, randomly from booths and stuff that I really enjoy. So the people who do the pin trading, I respect you and what you're doing, because that, like, it is a super fun thing to collect. I do not blame you at all. Oh, the games library. If you guys want passes to the Gen Con library to go in and play games, you have to pick your time and day and purchase the ticket. You get access for 8 hours, but you have to sign up to go into the library. So be sure you do that if you want a time slot to go into the library and play some games. Escape rooms. I've done escape rooms at Gen Con in the past. If anybody's curious, like, are they good? What do they look like? How does it work? I personally have had a great time at escape rooms in Gen Con before. I've done 2 or 3, I think, and we had a blast. So if you enjoy escape rooms, do not feel any apprehension about going to one. They are a lot of fun. The official Gen Con Discord meetup. I am very active in the Discord closer to Gen Con. I love the people in there. I am really hoping to get to go to the meetup this year and, just hang out with people. I didn't get to go last year. I missed it. We'll see. It's all about my timing for me. I have such weird timing when it comes to Gen Con stuff because I'm so busy. The Board Game Geek Hot Games Room, people love this because you get to go check out brand new games. Whatever the big game is that everybody's trying to get, it's always in there. So that one's always fun. Let's see. We're going to finish scrolling through this a little bit, and then I'll make the announcement and we'll sign off. Let's see here. Oh, the puzzling, the jigsaw puzzling. I am very insanely impressed with how insane people are at puzzling sometimes. Like, there are people that are so good. I'll watch it on YouTube or something, like puzzling championship type stuff. It's actually crazy to watch. It's a really enjoyable thing. It's something that you don't think you would enjoy watching, but then you watch it and you're like, okay, this is cool. Let's see. Anything else? I know a lot of people, it got added. I saw in the Fans of Gen Con Facebook group that a lot of people were freaking out about the AEG Big Game Night. Where is it? Why is it not in the catalog? For those of you who are curious, it's in the catalog now. Don't worry, you can go to the AEG Big Game Night. It is in the catalog now. Super cool story, in my opinion, about the Big Game Night last year. I was actually invited as a member of the media to go upstairs at the Big Game Night and check out games that have not released yet and get a preview of them. That was really cool. I got to see some games that I'm very excited about. I got a first-hand look at them. I got to meet some really cool other media people. That was a lot of fun to get to go do. And I could hear people playing Ready, Set, Bet and all kinds of games downstairs. So the AG Big Game Night is a huge event that a lot of people love. Let's see. Let's look a little bit more and then we'll finish up here. Any questions about Gen Con or the event catalog or just anything at all that you would like me to either answer or find out the answer for you, be sure to drop it in chat before we end, and I will get you guys answers as soon as I possibly can. Ooh, the Art Show Award Ceremony, Friday at 5:30. That's a big one. Let's see. Tons of Pin Bazaar, because like I said, people love it. There it is. AG Big Game Night, Friday at 8 to midnight. That is a huge one. There are a lot of people there. I got to meet, that was actually, I think, the first time I got to meet 2 or 3 of my now media friends, actually. Blood on the Clock Tower. Okay. Go into Saturday here real quick, see if there's anything going on Saturday crazy. Because Saturday's the big day. Any events that you guys have seen that you want to shout out as well? Oh, you enjoyed the board games I'm most excited about video? Yeah, I plan on doing another live stream at some point between now and Gen Con when Board Game Geek drops their big list of games coming out at Gen Con. I'm planning on going through that with you guys, and I'm going to do this year a little bit differently. I'm going to do it as a live stream, but I'm going to do it as like a top list where I'll figure out exactly what it is, top 10, top 20, whatever. And I'm going to do it as a live stream, and we'll go through the Board Game Geek release list together, but I'll do it as a, my number 20, my number 19, my number 3, whatever. We'll do it in that format this year, but I'll do it live. So I will let you guys know when that video or that live stream is going to happen because I'm super excited about that. because I planned on doing it a little bit differently this year. Last year, we just kind of scrolled through it, but this year, we're going to do it a little bit differently. All right, final thing here. Final thing. Let's see if there's anything going on Saturday night that catches my eye real quick. Oh, the All Play Party. I love All Play. They're a great company, and their games are fantastic. I have so many All Play games in my collection. It's crazy. I have a lot. All right, there we go. All right, so that is the catalog. Let's go back here. All right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you. I hope you guys are having a great time, looking through the events and trying to, figure out exactly what you want to do. I hope that you all get every event you possibly want to go to. I hope your wish list works out exactly the way you want it to, and just everything works out for you. So be sure that you're checking back on the database to see exactly what events are added between now and the 17th, and then even after the 17th. Be sure that you check out, anything that's being added over the weeks, because you might find something that you really want to do. If you book something, let's say you book something Friday at 1 p.m. and something gets added at Friday that would conflict with that one that you want to do, you can get a refund on the ticket that you have purchased to an event by contacting GenCon's customer service, and then that slot will now be open to you, and you can book the event that you now want to go to that's new. Because you cannot book events that happen at the same time. The GenCon system will not allow it. So if you try to book two events that happen overlapping, you will not be allowed to do that. It automatically rejects it, because they don't want people just signing up for events like crazy that they're not even going to attend because they can't, because of conflicting events. Because we could ask questions about it. Oh yeah, Chris, absolutely. All right, so with all that being said, I'm going to make this announcement, because by making this announcement, it's going to hold me to it in a sense. So I was very late in submitting it, so it's not in the catalog yet. Fingers crossed, nothing happens. I'm going to be hosting my first event this year. We are insanely excited about it. It's another reason that I'm needing a whole team with me at GenCon this year. We are going to be hosting an event. I don't want to give you day and time yet, because that is still yet to be finalized, because I'm still waiting to hear back from GenCon to get my event approved and in the catalog. I was hoping to get it in here before the catalog released. Like I said, I unfortunately was very late in submitting it, because I had a lot of things going on in my life. If you saw my video that I posted day before yesterday, then you have a little bit of an idea what was going on in my life and why I was, delayed in, getting that submitted. But if everything works out, I am hoping to be hosting my first event this year. Just a little bit of background for you guys as far as what's going to happen. It is going to be a game show called No, Not Like Monopoly. And we're going to be playing some games, and we're going to be doing some challenges and things, and we are going to make fun of the question that we have all been asked. Oh, like Monopoly? No, it's not like Monopoly. I'm going to have other content creators as our cast, and I will be the host. So be sure to stay tuned, and I will be announcing exactly when that event is in the catalog, so that you can come and get your tickets, and you can come show up and hang out with us at the event. It's going to be a blast. Our entire goal going in is to give you guys entertainment, have fun. I will also be recording the event to be a video that will come out later, so I'm going to have camera people roaming around the room and recording everything. So we're going to be doing it as a live recorded Travel the Board episode as a game show event at GenCon. So I'm very excited to announce that, and as soon as it's in the catalog, I'll let you guys know. But if there's no other comments, questions, or anything about GenCon or me or anything going on, that's going to do it. I hope you guys have had a great time, and I wish you the absolute best of luck when it comes to your events and everything you're trying to do. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. I've got tons of stuff coming out. I'm super excited. But yeah, GenCon catalog is out. Let's go find some great events, and I will see everybody soon on this channel for the live streams, and I can't wait to see you at GenCon. I'm super excited, and we're going to have a blast. See you, everybody. Thanks for watching.